All right, guys. So I'm listening to Jaden Smith's newest mixtape slash album, which is SYRE, which is the middle of his name. For all of you who don't know who Jaden Smith is, he come from the Will Smith dynasty, stuff like that. He's a kind of a weird kid. And from his Twitter profile, I thought that he would be much weirder in his music, like something entertaining, something like that. But nah, not really. I mean, hey, stuff like that. And I already reviewed his sister's mixtape or album, so I decided to stop by and listen to it. And speaking of his sister, Willow, she actually appears on this album on the first track. She's the first voice you can hear on the album. And she is amazing. This is the best vocal performance I ever heard her on ever. Like, I don't really listen to her like that, but this vocal performance she gives is absolutely amazing. And she takes up most of the track of B, which makes, I guess, Jaden Smith do L, which he has to take that L because he let his sister outperform him, and he does the whole L and stuff like that. And throughout the whole blues series, he mentions Martin Luther King at nauseum, and also K. Dot at nauseum too, Kendrick Lamar. And I guess that's why he had a song called You. So hey, stuff like that. And speaking of You, I like the whole vocals. I'm falling down, falling down. Yeah, that was amazing. And speaking of falling, 13th track Falling, I really like the vocals on here where he does his vocals. Like, this is Jaden's best performance when it comes to vocals. I'm really digging it. Falling, stuff like that. Nice vocals right here. But let's get to like Breakfast. I'm perplexed at why he would give a feature to ASAP Rocky when he's not really rapping on this album. At best, you can hear him in the back talking to him, but he has like one of those vocals on. He has one of those things that actually, like, I don't know, make your voice deeper or whatever. And he's not really featured on the album. It's just like you catch the tape recorder of him talking to you in the studio and you decided to give him a feature. It's not like he's gonna make money off that song, but that's a little weird. Then you get to Hope, which is like a track like Passion. Hope and Passion is pretty much like similar tracks when it comes to talking about being inspired and stuff like that. But still, it doesn't hit the mark to me. It doesn't hit the peak. Most of the inspirement in this album can be put into two categories. Inspirement that makes your songs too short, which makes you too lazy to actually hit an idea, or inspirement that makes you too like lazy to actually stick to a concept or to actually get it through in a manageable time, which tracks like track 8, 90, and track 9, which is Lost Boys, these are fucking the bulk of the album, man. Track 8, which is 90, is 7 minutes. And half of the tracking is like him saying rolling, and then Lost Boy, which was a doozy right there. He's talking about being lonely. So both of them were repetitive and unneeded. And then you have tracks like Batman, which it seems that he's really big on Batman and stuff like that, because he referenced Batman, the Joker, on these next tracks, which is Watch Me, Fallen, stuff like that. So I'm like, nah, something makes you really big on Batman and stuff like that. And then you get a track like George, which you know is a throwaway track, which I'm wondering, he says he talked to Billboard Records and he's fun, and they said he's phenomenal, but I don't think he charted on Billboard. Kind of a stupid brag, but whatever, you know, stuff like that, you know, shit. Hey, and then he gets the rappers where I guess he indulges into the rap lifestyle and stuff like that, talks about it, whatever. You know, same old generic, boring stuff that is regurgitated throughout the album. He's kind of like the Black Morrissey, and it's ironic because his last name is Smith. So he's from the Smiths too, just like Morrissey. He's kind of like the Black Morrissey, except he's more vain and he's running out of more material to talk about than Morrissey, or hitting it in a vain way, just like Morrissey. You know, you get him commenting about on police brutality, but he does like one line on tracks and stuff like that, just like Morrissey would do. You know, stuff like that. So, yeah, it's kind of like I'm not really into this. If I have to pick on the last things I should hear if I was gonna die, this would not be it. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry. But hey. But yeah, and also the ending track, you know, where he does this like poetic thing. Yeah, that's dull as fuck. That's very dull, guys. So I don't know what to say. I mean, this album is not really that impressive. There are peaks throughout the album, which is pretty okay. The beat selection is phenomenal. It's just the guy who's rapping throughout the whole album and sometimes singing and doing like this poetic thing throughout the album where he's just saying words, you know, just not really that entertaining to me. You know, stuff like that. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm going to give this album or mixtape or whatever a 5. Overall, not a very captivating character, if you ask me. Jaden Smith, Jaded Smith, you know, stuff like that from the Will Smith dynasty. And, you know, hey, I'm out, guys. please like and subscribe, share the video, and that's all I have to say about this album. Peace out, you know, stuff like that.